Mujibur Rahman. He's been signed in the Big Bash by Brisbane, I think it is. What an effort that is.
Talent that's coming to the fore, Alistair, that's really amazing, and you're right, because that will really add to the bench strength of the side, the countryside. Always a big, big thing. The quality they have, some good seamers also coming up. The ranks, some bat to it. Just heard a noise there. Oh, the finger is up. Just thought I heard a noise. Late reaction there, but finally Samuel has to walk back. He's not very happy.
He's not happy at all. He needs a front-end loader to get him off the park. He took his time, did the umpire, just wanting to gauge in his own mind whether it was going to hit the stumps. I think it pitched on. I'm just not so sure it wasn't the googly and was going away from the stumps, away from the batsman, and maybe would have missed off stump. But he took his time, and in the end, the adjudication was that it was out. Here we go. So pitching on line, no problem. Oh, I think it's missing. I think it's missing. I think he's got a case. Shenwari, it's going across him. It is the googly. And no problem with where it pitched, no problem with height. I just think it would have gone past that off stump. Nevertheless, Shenwari has to depart for 8, 69 for 5 now.
So half the side back for the Panthers is going to be Shahid Afridi. He's got a brilliant strike rate, 155.32. Nearing that 4,000 mark in T20 cricket. So far with the bat in this tournament, he's been a bit rusty. Wasn't really happy, Samuel, with that decision. Just thought there were two noises, but definitely would have mixed the off stump. Good delivery.
Yeah, he's like an old-fashioned steam engine. Shahid Afridi just takes a wee while to get going. He's here because of this. It's missing off stump. Where it hits him, it's probably hits him outside the off stump. So I think it's missing by a good couple of balls. Oh, he's gone for it. It's up in the air. Will this be out? Yeah, it will be. Oh, no. It's crumbling here for the Paktia Panthers. One of their big players. Shahid Afridi is trying to get after it. Only second delivery he's faced. And it's another googly. And it's another wicket. Massive wicket.
Oh, that's a big wicket as well. Just giving the charge. Shahid Afridi not able to time it. Not getting the elevation or the distance, high up in the air. And that's a very good catch by the captain as well. Judging to perfection. Afridi has to walk back without scoring. Would be disappointed. He's 69 for 6.
Raza's bystander at the moment. He's standing at one end and watching the carnage unfold at the other. Sharafuddin Ashraf, just his 15th match, strike rate of 135, just a best of 32. And well, if you bat down the order, you don't get much opportunity, but he's got plenty of overs to bat here in this game. One ball remaining in this, and there'll still be 10 overs to go. But they're 6 down. That's the problem for the Paktia Panthers. 2 wickets in the over for Wakar. It'll just be the single. So 10 overs bowled. We're halfway, 70 for 6.
Well, the wheels have seriously come off here, haven't they, for the Paktia Panthers? Off the back of back-to-back wins for them. Suddenly they're staring down the barrel against a side that hasn't won yet. Here are the wickets to have gone down so far. Mohammad Shahzad the first, caught at backward point. Then Isanullah caught at mid-off. Great slower ball by side Shahzad to get rid of Cameron Delport. Ramanullah Gurbaz caught at long on. And then 2 wickets in the over for Waqar Salim Kale. First of all, Sami Shinwari, LBW, and then Shahid Afridi. Bit ambitious for the second ball he's faced. Good running catch by Asghar Afghan. So all sorts of problems here for the Paktia Panthers. But I suppose they can console themselves with the fact that Sikandar Raza is still there. And while he's still there, they'll have hopes of building some sort of total. It will give them a chance of defending a score. Shahzad in his second over, already having removed Delport. Oh yes, it's another one. Shahzad strikes once more. Wicket number 7 of the tournament for him. Just angling the ball across Sharafuddin. And easy as you like for Ricky Vessels behind the stumps. The 7th man to go down. It's like a house of cards here.
Yeah, what a shame. First ball exit for Sharafuddin. Very cleverly angled. There we are. And just dangled it bat. Easy for Vessels. And terrible for Paktia Panthers. Sikandar Raza still there, mind you. Yeah, it's a very gentle send-off by Shahzad. It's 71 for 7. We're only in the 11th over.
Udana, his first innings of the tournament, and he's in at crisis time for the Paktia Panthers. He's bowled beautifully in the tournament so far, but now he's required to bat beautifully.
Well, I mean, no disrespect to Udana, but now it seems a little too much for the tail end of the Paktia Panthers to do. However, as we keep saying, Sikandar Raza still there. He had a quick chat with Udana. Udana, of course, is on strike, and I wonder what he said. Listen, somehow, can you please not get out, because I'm still here, and I can hit the ball a long way. I can take it all the way. Oh, handsome square drive. Earns him a single, so 3 balls left, and now we're counting balls. We're only in the 11th over, but Raza, I wonder what's going to go on in his mind now, Brian, because he will have to start farming the strike, and he's got 9 overs to go.
Yes, it's a difficult situation for him, isn't it, as a recognised batsman. Here's the last wicket to have gone down. Sharafuddin, a rather an ungainly shot, off balance as he played it. And Shahzad, well bowled.
Well, the Kandahar Knights are piling it on in terms of competition for who's going to be the best bowling figures today. 2 for 7 for Shahzad. Will they try and steal the second here? Raza wants it. He's motoring back. Good stuff. That's what we expect from Sikandar Raza.
Mohammad Naveed down at 3rd man. I think he could have done better there. Didn't get the ball in as quickly to Ricky Vessels as perhaps might have been required. If he'd done that, it would have put Sikandar Raza under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, 2 things. One, of course, I don't think he was expecting the second, so he was just ambling around, collected the ball, saying no one's going to take a second here. And then when Raza took off, 1, he was a little late from the 3rd man boundary, and 2, Raza is a very quick runner between wickets. That's a big asset for him. could go all the way. How neatly cut was that? Nice late top of the ball, saw it well. Sikandar Raza, terrific fog boundary.
And a much needed boundary too. Just his second four. Only the 7th four of the innings to go with 2 sixes. It's been ball dominating bat here thus far. Too much width. And Shahzad knows it.
Yeah, I think Shahzad might have got lulled into thinking, here we are, number 8, number 9. No, this is Sikandar Raza. And if you just angle the ball across to him, he's going to keep playing those cuts.
End of the over, 11 gone, 78 for 7. Wickets to have gone down at 4, 32, 34, 48, 69, 69 once more, and 71. It's been a tale of woe thus far for Paktia Panthers.
I mean, you take a look at that scorecard and you say, Paktia Panthers? No, because they've batted so well so far. Today, nothing working for them. And as Waqar comes in, a little bit of an attack here with a slip, but not enough for me. Oh, squeezed away in that gap. I think it will be stopped, but Sikandar Raza will not want the second. And exactly what the Kandahar Knights did not want has happened here. Raza on strike.
Let's have a look at Sharafuddin's departure. Out first ball. A little bit of a send-off from Shahzad. He's now got 2 wickets in the innings and 7 in the tournament. No slip in for Sikandar Raza. Googly again, and he's taking the run, Sikandar Raza. So I guess he's of the opinion that they've got to take everything on offer and get what they can rather than try and farm the strike.
Well, Mohammad Shahzad, not looking a very happy man. Yeah, sorry.
Understandably so, because listen to Paktia's scores in the tournament so far. 218 for 4, and then 184 for 8, and 204 for 4. So that's a really stark contrast with 80 for 7, isn't it?
True, they have been scoring big. Now the slips come back for Udana. Oh, and he might have been in play. Well bowled. But yeah, it's a little strange that Raza took that single, because Udana is very new to the crease. He hasn't batted much either. And I think to sacrifice a single and then stay and face what, another 4 balls might have worked much better for Sikandar Raza, because these dots are not going to help either. It's only 1 ball to go now. Again, decision time for Raza. Does he try and go big, or, to my mind, I think just pat it around? Plenty of gaps in the field. He's a very good bat, Sikandar Raza, as we see who might come next. And maybe just a single here. Waqar's a special bowler, left-arm leggies are. So Sikandar Raza really needs to continue to be careful. Oh, goes for the big one, and in the gap. Doesn't get a boundary, just a single for a lot of work. And of course, he will retain strike. 12 gone, 82 for 7.
Well, I'll tell you what, if someone offered the Paktia Panthers 136 from here, which they'd get if they keep going at their current scoring rate, I reckon they'd bite your hand off.
Rushing for it. Yeah, you know, the projected score, of course, doesn't take into account the fact that 7 are down. So we could be looking at a score under 100. Oh, God forbid for Paktia Panthers. But Raza's still there. And he might think a 2 here. I think Udana is not the quickest between the wickets, so Raza will have to be careful of that.
Has the big fella got a headache? An ice pack on the head. He's got every reason to have a headache, hasn't he?
Oh, that's classic. Mohammad Shahzad. Oh, gosh. Saw himself on the big screen. A little embarrassed, yeah. But one can understand. He looks a little hot-headed anyway and hits the ball like a really hot-headed batsman, but he has to cool himself down. Oh, Raza. No, Udana swings away. That's pretty decent, as long as he doesn't get the ball in the air. You know, it's very important for these two guys to be talking to each other, because, I mean, it's all about communication right now. Sikandar Raza's batting ability, without doubt, much better than Udana, and he's got to be telling Udana every ball, what do we need to do? I mean, if I were Raza, I'd say, please don't play it in the air. Don't get out, don't play it in the air. Tap it around. We'll get a single easy. Plenty of gaps in the field.
Udana's got plenty of experience, though. He's a seasoned international cricketer. He should know what the score is. Oh, that's a terrific shot. Raza using his power to full effect there. That was tremendous. There was a man out on the deep cover boundary, but he had no chance of getting around.
Well, as long as Sikandar Raza can continue doing that, then Mohammad Shahzad is going to take that ice bag away from his head. Right now, still boiling over. A very handsome shot. Front foot. And the pace wasn't enough to be hammered on the front foot like that on the offside. Well, that's a little embarrassing for the bowler. Janat not the quickest. This is relatively easy for Asghar Afghan, because you can just spread the field out for Raza and squeeze it for Udana. Standard practice.
There's an argument for saying that he should continue to put some pressure on Sikandar Raza, given that Raza is the last recognised batsman.
Yeah, I see your point, but you know, if I were Asghar Afghan, I know that Sikandar Raza can easily go over the infield, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at 130, 140 if he can get away to some of the bigger shots. So I'd give him room, but it's what I'm a little concerned about is that he's not squeezing the field for Udana. We still have only 4 in the circle, which is what they're allowed, the minimum. But I'd like maybe at least 2 or 3 more in the circle. Prevent Udana from getting an easy single. Of course, the offside field has come in a bit at extra cover. Sterling. Oh, up in the air. That should be taken. Oh, will it fall in no man's land? He might get lucky here. Ah, between 3 fielders. Udana chancing his arm. And I'm sure all of the Paktia Panthers, certainly Sikandar Raza, would have had their hearts in the mouth saying, no!
Fortune favours the brave. There was a long on, a deep square leg, both out there for just that sort of shot. And it was an anxious look from Udana. And in the end, well, he couldn't have placed it any better, could he?
Well, you mentioned fortune favoured the brave. If not brave, there are other words I can think of at this stage when you're 91 for 7. Udana easy now. Yeah, that's all right. Pretty well struck. As I'll be happy with a single, although, yeah, that is the over. So Udana will retain strike. 13 gone, 92 for 7.
Well, look at that. It's the joint second highest partnership of the innings, this one, which illustrates the paucity of
I'm only half paying attention, Brian, because after Mohammad Shahzad left, I'm kind of, you know, saying what's left in this match. Such an exciting batsman to watch. Great to see you youngsters here. Thanks for being here at the Sharjah Cricket Ground. And of course, a big thank you to all of you around the world watching what we think is some terrific cricket here at the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. Nicely forward, Udana. Just watch the spin, Isuru.
That's really good cricket from Sikandar Raza, scampering through for the single. But again, you just have to question the Kandahar fielders. They were back on their heels, and they really shouldn't have been one there.
Well, true. They needed to have attacked Udana a little more, perhaps get one or two more fielders in the ring. But how quickly did Sikandar Raza take off? Yeah, well done again. He'll be disappointed he couldn't get past short third. It could have been a boundary then.
How well has Waqar Salim Kale done as well? 2 for 17 coming into the side in place of Hamza Hotak.
Well, left-arm leggies are always special. And I wonder why he didn't play the earlier matches. Hotak, I suppose, has reputation ahead of Waqar. Oh, up in the sky again. He will not get away with it more than once. And, oh, well taken by Brendan McCullum. But he had to push the ball back as he knew he would go past the boundary. So, Isuru Udana, how lucky can you get? That's his second chance. But so far, so good for him.
Interesting as well that Brendan McCullum was just looking across there to Najibullah Zadran, who's out at deep mid-wicket. And I think what McCullum was hoping for was that Najibullah would have run towards him and possibly been in a position to take the throw from McCullum as he was slipping back. That didn't happen. That's not gone for 6. A good bit of work from McCullum in the end to get rid of the ball before he fell over the rope. But, well, a little bit of fortune for Udana.
I really cannot understand what Udana is trying to do. But the 14th over was up. It was 96 for 7.
A bit of drama at the end of Waqar Salim Kale's over, and he's now the first bowler to have completed his 4-over stint, and what a terrific stint it's been. 4 overs, 2 for 19. The other bowlers all have overs in the bank. 6 overs remaining in the innings.
Big Phil Simmons, his wife to the left. Of course, all the officials of the Afghanistan Cricket Board.
In the middle of screen there was actually Taj Malik, who was the coach of the Afghanistan team for their first appearance in the ICC World Cricket League Division 5 in Jersey, way back in 2008. There he is in the brown top, just behind Phil Simmons. Mohammed Naveed back in action, and Taj Malik was actually talking to Asghar Afghan's big brother. So it's a family affair here today at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium for this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League.
Yeah, and Asghar Afghan has a big family, and many of them are involved in cricket. His brother is here, Mohammed Naveed, who's bowling now. So that's also Asghar Afghan's. So let me just correct myself. Obviously doesn't look like Asghar Afghan. Jannat, of course, his brother. Oh, up in the air again. Will he be third time lucky? It's going to go all the way. So Isuru Udana, I don't think is following the script here. Certainly not what Sikandar Raza might want. But Raza does go up to him and congratulate him, saying, well, you got away with that again.
Brings up the 100 too. Udana living by the sword. This partnership now, 32. Tremendous blow, just the third Spagiza of the innings. Finding the gap perfectly between long on and deep mid-wicket. Well, at 71 for 7, it looked a long way away to reach 3 figures, but they've done it of Paktia. I'm not entirely sure what Mohammad Naveed is doing here, testing out the middle of the pitch. He's a very skillful bowler in terms of his ability to bowl Yorkers and very full length. And you'd have thought that the number 9 batsman, he would have been targeting the stumps.
But I can understand the temptation, though, because Isuru Udana is very happy to try and pull him. And there are people there, long on and deep mid-wicket, ready for the catch. It's just that Udana has been getting away every time. There they are. On the leg side, there was also a deep square. He comes in now. But we're just talking about Asghar Afghan's family, big family. They live in Kabul. Oh, very well played. Squeezed away, refuses the single, and they will get it now.
I haven't got a problem with the shy at the stumps there at the non-striker's end, because I'm pretty sure that Udana would have been out had that ball hit. I think it was Najibullah Zadran. In fact, no, he would have been home, so maybe it was a little bit reckless.
It was a good, clear call from Sikandar Raza, and Udana responded, which is good cricket, except I I'm not too sure what Asghar Afghan is doing. Need more pressure to ensure Udana doesn't take the single. Let him thrash away. He will get out on the boundary line soon enough. It's a pretty handsome on drive. Well, they've struggled past the 100 mark of Paktia Panthers, and with 5 overs to go, if Raza can farm the strike, you might even talk about another 40 or even 50. So if they get past 140, I think that'll be a fabulous recovery after being not very much for 7 at all. 71 for 7. And you'd think that Kandahar Knights would try and wrap them up for 85-90. Hasn't happened.
Sikandar Raza keeps the strike. 15 overs gone, 107 for 7.
$107 for 7. They're clawing their way to something respectable here, the Paktia Panthers. They look dead and buried. But with these two at the crease, particularly Sikandar Raza, there's potential in these last 5 overs to maybe get around that 140, 150 mark, which will give them a total that they'll feel if they bowl well, they can maybe, just maybe, defend, particularly against the Kandahar Knights, whose batting has not been their strong suit in the tournament thus far. Karim Jannat, 1 for 22 thus far. There we go, 9 and over from here on in, gets you 152. Not a tall order, it's just the wickets column that's an issue. But as long as Raza's there, they'll feel that they can get there. Lovely piece of timing, placement, beautiful deflection. Didn't try and hit it too hard. There was a change of pace, waited for it nicely and was able to turn it round the corner for a much needed boundary. Such a skillful batter, Sikandar Raza. He Yes, he can find the boundary. He can be brutal in some of his hitting, but he can also learn how to deflect the ball, time the ball, and find boundaries in other ways as well. There we go. There's a glimpse of him being able to open the shoulders and try and clatter it down the ground on this occasion, not finding the gap. Hamid Hassan alongside. Hamid, what do you make of proceedings thus far?
It's a terrific job from Kandahar. Strong comeback. First 3 lost, and right now they're on the money. 111 for 7, but the only wicket they have looking for is Sikandar Raza, the man in form. He got a couple of runs last year in Shpagiza, and then he done really well in a World Cup qualifier. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. That's the line you have to bowl, especially in this last 5 overs.
I think that would be prudent to try and get Sikandar Raza off strike, give him a single and bowl to Udana. But having said that, Udana has scored 18 of 16 balls. So he's played his hand, very understated at this stage. The perfect Yorker from Karim Janat. And he'll be happy to have conceded the strike. And now he can set his stall out as to how he wants to go about bowling to Udana. But like I said, Udana's no rabbit. 18 of 16, 1-6 thus far. He's played a big hand in the Paktia Panthers being able to recover to the stage. Lovely shot. On the back foot, stands up tall, bashes it down the ground. Change of pace, waited for it as though a top order batsman would.
Yeah, if you see their innings, the wicket was just collapsing and nobody stuck around on the crease. The only one batsman is Sikandar Raza. He's playing tremendous right now, 42 of 35 balls, and the reason Udana is doing well because of Sikandar Raza, because he's giving him a well power in how to generate the innings. As much as they can get the runs, they'll get to closer around 150 or 160.
7 off the over thus far. The last over went for 11, so 18 off the previous over and a bit. Just the one ball remaining in this one. And they'll be happy with this. 7, 8 to the over. If they get a bit more, that's a bonus, but that gets them round about that 150 mark, which must be in the back of their minds. No, quite right. Sikandar Raza retains the strike. 16 bowled, 114 for 7. Janat and Wakar have finished their spells. Wakar, have a look at that, 2 for 19 at under 5 to the over. Terrific bowling effort from him today. And well, he's got the top 3 to go to in these last few overs. Ashgar Afghan, he's decided that Shahzad, 2 for 13. He's going to be bowling this the 17th over.
Clever, inexperienced bowler in this side. Always thinking what you have to do, and he got 2 wickets already. And economically, if you see his bowling statistics, he's very exceptional. Like, he gave only 2.1 overs he bowled and gave 14 runs, and still he got 2 crucial overs. So you have to thinking what he got for the next, for the next deliveries. Udana is on strike, and it's better to give him a strike to Sikandar Raza, the man in form. So at least they can get some runs. But this bowler is very smart, Syed Shirzad.
Yeah, good change of pace. Terrific slower ball, Shahzad. There we go, but has it been picked by Udana? No, it hasn't. It's up in the air. Oh, safe again. He's finding the gaps beautifully. He really is, Udana. Whenever he mishits it, it seems to fall perfectly in the middle of advancing fielders.
Another fantastic delivery from Syed Shirzad. That's I call the experience. And he shows again. Misjudge, couldn't pick the ball. Landed with no man. and he tried his best to catch the ball, but he's far away. It's a good sprint from him.
Well, they haven't lost a wicket, and more importantly, Sikandar Raza's on strike. So much pressure on him because he doesn't just want to get a single. There's plenty of singles on offer. He could easily do that. He's just got to be thinking of a little bit more. How can I get a little bit more? Straight to the man at cover, so it won't be a single. And when you start thinking like that as a batter, it sometimes just can be a little bit dangerous because you're so used to, you're going against the grain. You're so used to going out there and trying to score off every delivery, and that means that take the singles, get down the other end, let your partner do some work. But at the moment, he's got to try and score as many as possible and face as many balls as possible. So with that sort of thinking, sometimes you get yourself in a bit of a muddle and sort of lose your thought process and lose your timing.
Yeah, you're right, but the only thing is Sikandar Raza will be thinking of last 2 overs because he have no any other batsman to get the runs closer to 150. And right now he's just trying his best to get at least a boundary in over. But Sherzad is tremendous this evening.
Well, if they just carry on as is, they'll get 140, which will still be a great recovery from the position they were in. But as you mentioned, Hamid, they'd rather try and maybe take advantage of the last 2 overs and get it up to that 150 mark. That'll be a real psychological barrier. Again, change of pace. Again, deceives the batsman. He's bowling so well as Sherzad. And even though the batsmen probably know what is coming, they still can't adjust or take advantage. And that's the sign of a very good slow ball. Even when the batsman can predict it's coming or they're waiting for it, they still can't take advantage. Done a good job in the field today, Ashka Afghan. His troops were under the pump coming into this game. He's managed to rally them really well. Bowlers have responded, and they've got themselves into very good position. Well, they'll come back for 2 because he's got it behind point on the offside, Sikandar Raza. But that means he won't have the strike. End of 17, 3 remaining, 120 for 7. Well, it's filling up. There's the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Plenty of music, plenty of flags, plenty of smiles on faces. They haven't been entertained thus far. There's been more wickets and more attrition than balls flying out of the stadium, but they love it anyway. They love it that it's here in Sharjah, the Afghanistan Premier League, and they can clap eyes on some of the local heroes as well as some of the big international superstars, young and old, into the stadium. And I think we're in for a treat as the evening wears on. Radio, Naveed, 1 for 27, bowling to Udana. Oh, he's not going to hold back. No matter what Raza says to him, come on, give me the strike, you know, hang in there. He's going to say, hold on, I can also find the boundary. With that 2 in the previous over, Sikandar Raza got to 50. Correction, partnership was 50. 50 or 41 deliveries. Raza still on 47, 1 blow away from a half-century. But it's been a very, very good partnership. They were in all sorts of strife and managed to recover well. Cut away again, and that'll be a boundary. That's really well placed and really well timed. And that's the half-century for Sikandar Raza. He's played a really, really good hand here today. Under pressure, running out of partners, and he's managed to hold up an end and score at a fair clip as well. 5 fours in the innings, and this epitomises the way he's played. Really, really good shot. In control, knew exactly where he was trying to place it, didn't try and hit it too hard, and got his just rewards.
What a player he is. Such a crucial innings in a pressure time from Sikandar Raza. Oh, bowled him. You miss, I hit. Well done, Naveed.
Not a great shot. He needed to try and finish it, Sikandar Raza. But he's trying to heave it away on the leg side, and he's missed it and lost his leg stump as well. Well, it's been a good hand, it's been a good partnership. A bit of glove love from Udana, but he would have wanted to be there at the end, Sikandar Raza. Lazy shot, really, hit up in the air. Wasn't in control. Credit to the bowler, though. He's got through the defences of a set batsman, and he's taken a wicket at a crucial time as well. Sikandar Raza begins the long trek back to the pavilion. 51 of just 42 deliveries, 125 for 8 now. A 54-run partnership has just been broken, the highest 8-wicket partnership of the tournament thus far. The previous best was between Laurie Evans and Farid Ahmed, and well, they've eclipsed that. And at that stage, the Kabul Zwanan went on to win the game. Will the portents be the same for the Paktia Panthers? Have they got enough? At face value, you'd have to say no, they haven't. But you never know. We saw the last game last night, 143 defended. Oh, that's rather ungainly. But he'll get a single and get off the mark. And I tell you what, I've seen some horrible injuries come out of knees getting stuck in the ground. This is how Sikandar Raza departed. Yeah, he won't want to look at that too many times again. Head up in the air, trying to swing it away on the leg side and missing it comfortably. Now then, all the pressure on Udana, 22 of 21. Can he find a few sneaky boundaries here at the end and get them up to the 150 mark?
Wonderful ball again from Naveed, and Udana is looking for a boundary. Sharifi, famous by name, and back home in Afghanistan, almost people called him Morne Morkel. A tall, a good seamer. He got 3 wickets in his first game, and let's see what he got in his batting today. Taller guy, strong, very tough, and if he connect the ball, it will be a maximum for 6 runs or 4 runs. But Naveed have plenty of experience.
Judging by his first shot, he's not going to die wondering. Sharifi, he's going to have a fair crack. No, nowhere near that one. Good Yorker. End of 18, 127 for 8. .127 for 8. 2 overs remaining. The popcorn's out. They're ready for a nice evening here at the cricket. Family time, why not? It's a jovial atmosphere here. Music blaring. Really good way to spend the evening watching top-class cricket. Right, so 2 overs remaining. Shazad, 2 for 19, bowling the penultimate over. That's up in the air, way up in the air, should be taken. Oh, he's got him. And, well, he's ridden his luck so far in the innings. Kareem Sadiq, I think it is, had a long time to think about it and a long time to get in position. But in the end, he's taken it safely. And Udana, he played so well as a partner to Sikandar Raza. Had a bit of fortune early on this occasion, it's run out.
Yeah, he was going for the big one. Not too many deliveries left. Skying it high up in the air. A good neat catch there by Sadiq, does well. That's the end of Udana. Out for 23, faced 23 deliveries. Is 127 for 9 now. So Ahmed comes in, he'll be at the non-striker's end. It's going to be Sharifi on strike. Shirzad has been brilliant today. Once again in the air. High, that's could be trouble for him as well. Yes, it's taken. So back-to-back wickets here. They've lost their way. Bundle out for 127 in the end. And Shirzad, what a spell from him. 4 for 19. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, they faded at the end, the Paktia Panthers. It looked at one stage with Raza and Udana that they might be able to get something close to the 150 mark, but not to be. Credit to the Kandahar Knights. They bowled and fielded well all day, and well, fitting that Afghanistan should take the last catch of the innings. This is the lowest total, by the way, of a side batting first in the tournament. The previous lowest by the fielding side, the Kandahar Knights. You've got 139. And at 127, it's quite a long way short, 12 runs short of that previous lowest total. And you have to think that they're going to have to really come out all guns blazing if they're going to defend this. The Paktia Panthers, the Kandahar Knights, they'll be very, very happy with what's transpired, and they'll be over the moon with their bowling and fielding effort. And I reckon they'll be very confident in their run chase that's about to come up.
It's not a big score they will be chasing, so 128 for a win here. Asghar Aghwan would be fancying. They would like a decent start from Paul Sterling if Brendan McCullum opens with him. Let's see what happens, but they should be very happy with this effort. Paktia Panthers is losing their way. Sikandar Raza getting a very good half century. He's been the man in form for them. Shahzad out early. Ihsanullah as well out for 8. Really couldn't get going at any stage. Udana in the end contributing with those 23 runs, valuable 23 runs, and in the end 127 is what Panthers mustered. 4 wickets for Shirzad with outstanding. Naveed as well with a new ball, began really well. 4 overs, 34 runs, 2 wickets for him, and 2 for the Chinaman bowler Vakar. He was very impressive once again. This is that economy 4.75. Let's go down to Hamid and let's see who he's got.
With Syed Shirzad, left-arm seamer for Afghanistan. He got 4 wickets tonight. And let's talk about Syed Shirzad. Very well ball told in a makhke. Daga ratu hai che daga IPL Afghanistan Premier League che shuru shawai day. Khpal daga experience sanga share ke pake.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Tol makhke tol lidunta salamun wa ihtiramat. Bal da se IPL da se lo bada che de ke short format di. نو دې کې چې څومره کوشش کولی چې مینز ډاټ بال وکړي یا ځان یو سایډ ته اکونومي خپل لاندې وساتي نو اټومیټیکلی تا پرفارم باندې پوره اثر کوي.
دونه راته ووایه چې دغه 3 میچونه بیک ټو بیک بایللي دي او نن هم یو ډېر سترانګ کم بیک وکړو په بالینګ کې سپیشلي فیلډینګ هم ډېر امپروو شوی. ریزن یې څه شی دی؟
ریزن دا دی چې هر میچ موږ بایلو نو کفتان کوچ همدا وایو چې هغه کوم لوبه چې وشوه یا تیره شو هغه یو هیسټري وه ختمه شو نو راتلونکي میچ باندې یا راتلونکي ورځ باندې به پوره فوکس کوو هماغه دی چې بیک ټو بیک خیر هم موږ بایلو خو افرټ پوره کوو ورځ په بله موږ امپرومنټ را روان دی انشاءالله موږ به بیرته کم بیک کوو ټورنمنټ کې.
د دې ټورنمنټ د خوښې لوبغاړی یا د خوښې هغه لوبغاړی چې ستا مطلب همیشه آیډیل اوسي او غواړي د هغه په خلاف بالینګ وکړي یا ورسره لوبه وکړي څوک شته په دې ټورنمنټ کې؟
ډېره بخښنې سره چې هغه نشته هغه میچل سټارک دی چې هغه اوس ټیسټ لوبه کوي او غواړم هغه سره لوبې وکړي.
ډېره زیاته مننه او ښه چانس نن لوبې دپاره.
مننه تاسو نه. السلام علیکم.
Happy man Syed Shirzad got 4 wickets tonight and he was very happy about his performance and the way they lost first 3 games and they had a strong comeback tonight and the only reason is his favorite cricketer is Mitchell Starc. He wished to play with him in the future. Back to commentary box. Thank you.
Well, these are the 4 wickets for Syed Shahzad. He really was outstanding up front, knocked over 2 of the top order batsmen and then came back with that very deceptive change of pace. Such a good slower ball, and good catch there from Kareem Sadiq. And then another catch by Ashgar Afghan. So 9 wickets in the tournament so far for Syed Shahzad, and that's puts him in 2nd position, tie with Gulbuddin Naib. Ben Cutting still top of the pile on 10. And then 6 each for Udana and Ashraf. We'll see Udana bowl a little later. And Zahir Khan on 5 wickets. Rightio, as dusk starts to settle in here in Sharjah. That's the equation. The Kandahar Knights are going to need 128 off their 20 overs. At just under 6.5 to the over to get their first points on the board in this competition. Don't go too far away. We'll be back with that run chase in just a minute.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by FOG. Paktia Panthers, usually full of runs, were on the back foot ever since that happened. Mohammad Shahzad, 2 fine 50s, and then of course a 40-odd went in the very first over, and really it was downhill thereafter for Paktia Panthers. He's such a terrific leader with the runs right at the top, and today his early departure just did not portend well for the Paktia Panthers. Easy catches in the beginning, and of course a terrific delivery by Shahzad to get rid of Delport. And from that point onwards, it was only Sikandar Raza and of course Isuru Udana who kept chancing his arm. In fact, I've got Brian Murgatroyd here with me. Brian, I haven't seen for a long time somebody who wanted so desperately to get out, but just wouldn't.
Yes, Udana did his best, didn't he? He kept hitting the ball up in the air, but it either fell safe or on one occasion, Brendan McCullum was able to latch on to a chance, but fell over the boundary rope. That was fine bowling from Waqar Salim Kale, the left-arm wrist spinner. He picked up 2 wickets in 3 balls and finished with 4 overs, 2 for 19. And that was another wicket there for Saeed Shahzad, who finished with 4 for 19 and now has 9 in the tournament. But this is the partnership you're seeing now between Udana and Raza, and the highest 8th wicket stand of the tournament. They added 54, and goodness me, when they came together, 71 for 7. It was needed. That was the end of Raza. 2 half-centuries for him in the tournament, but then there was some pretty brainless cricket at the end from the Paktia batsmen. They just needed to knock it around and pick up singles in the last couple of overs, but they went for glory, and what that meant was that they were bowled out with 10 balls unused, which is a cardinal sin in any limited overs form of the game.
You make a very good point. They should have at least gone to the 20 overs, and you never know, maybe even a couple of boundaries off edges, if nothing else. Of course, they had very little batting ability left at the bottom, so Sikandar Raza, standout batting performance, getting another 50, and he would be so disappointed that he could not stay till the finish and get them perhaps to the 140, who alone knows, even maybe the 150 mark. And of course, we saw a very brief glimpse of Shahid Afridi, who was also in the Paktia camp and such a big global star, and the glimpse was very brief because he got out second ball, bowling out to mid-off as Asghar Afghan ran back and took a smart catch. So, how do they now, despite this huddle, defend 127? Is not going to be easy, although I've got to say, without sounding biased, that if the Kandahar Knights can get a win today, this is their best possible opportunity, then at least they get on the scoreboard and makes the league a little more interesting.
Well, Mohammad Shahzad holding court there and just telling his players what he wants from them. And the bottom line, you would say, Charu, is that defending only 127, you would reckon they would have to bowl the Kandahar Knights out, because in this form of the game, it's very rare that you manage to restrict a side to less than this sort of total in 20 overs, particularly when you look at the type of players who are walking to the crease now, with the likes of Paul Sterling on the left and Brendan McCullum on the right. They're going to go hard, and you need to get rid of them quickly, because if you don't get rid of them quickly, the game's going to disappear from a Paktia point of view over the horizon very, very swiftly indeed.
Well, without question, Brian, Kandahar Knights need to be bowled out if they're not to get there. But I think we do have a change in there. It's not Brendan McCullum. We saw the familiar figure, or Paul Sterling, I beg your pardon. Yeah,
it's not Paul Sterling. I was fooled a little bit, but there is Paul Sterling. Yes, it is.
Paul Sterling, yeah.
Paul Sterling is there, but no Brendan McCullum. It's Ricky Vessels. And Vessels opening in place of Kareem Sadiq. McCullum came in at number 3 in the previous match, so another opening stand. You can't disagree with Vessels going up the order. He batted far too low in the last match.
Yeah, I think I was talking to the skipper the last time round at the presentation. I said, has Ricky Vessels earned himself a promotion? I don't think he answered that too specifically, but of course he has. From what, number 7, 8 to now opener. But if anyone can do it on evidence for the Paktia Panthers with the ball, it's this man, it's Udana. 5-6 wickets so far, but they've been very clever wickets at the top usually. And yeah, it's interesting. On one hand, of course, the Kandahar Knights can just walk this. They can just cruise around, trot a single here, double there, boundary, and get to that 127, 128 mark pretty easily. So what are the team instructions for these two at the top? Perhaps Sterling to go hard and Vessels to just stick around. We'll see. Oh, plenty of gaps in the field, of course. The power play now. Is he going to get to the ball quickly enough? He does. Well done. That's the kind of commitment and effort we need to see. Yet a pretty easy double to begin with.
Sharafuddin with the chase. A bit of work from him. But Sterling will be relieved because, of course, he was out first ball in the previous match. A really good catch down on the third-man boundary saw him depart. So pleasure for him to get off the mark. He's not really clicked as yet in this tournament. What a good time to do so now.
You're a standard field in terms of men at the boundary for Udana and Sterling. You got a third man at the boundary, and of course deep backward square leg, which is potentially for the shorter ball, but perhaps even just to go on the back foot and whip it around past square leg. What is this man thinking now? We've got to win this. Of course, they keep saying no pressure, but, you know, losing 3 in a row can be a bit of pressure in franchise cricket.
Well, let's look at it from a glass half full perspective, because if they can win this and win it well, Kandahar, bear in mind this is going to do their net run rate a heck of a lot of good, because they're not chasing a large amount here, but the bottom of the table still to get off the mark, and that would certainly be a double boost, not only a victory but also an improvement on that net run rate.
Another very good point, Brian, because I mean there are only 5 teams and only 1 will lose out. They don't want to lose out because of net run rate. Oh, nice and full, got him. Udana done so much damage at the top. Another terrific delivery. Sneaks underneath Paul Sterling's bat, and he is walking back after scoring only 2. Another disappointing innings for the Irishman.
Well, we saw Udana produce a brilliant Yorker to get rid of Johnson Charles a couple of matches ago, and he's done it again. Look at this. Fantastic delivery. Sterling looking to give himself a little bit of room to go through the offside. Outfoxed by Udana, and the Paktia Panthers are at the races, no question about that. Sterling gone for 2, Kandahar 2 for 1.
What a start for the Paktia Panthers, trying to defend a very low total. And Brendan McCullum might have thought, I'll come back. Oh, I'll take my time to get in there. Is in the field the very first over. Pretty much following the script of the Paktia Panthers innings, as Mohammad Shahzad went, what was the second or third ball. So similar here. I think that just about caught the outer edge of Paul Sterling's bat. We'll, I'm sure, see that soon enough. So all of a sudden, that 128 could be a little challenging.
McCullum opened in the first 2 matches that he played in the tournament, 19 and 31, batted at 3 in the last match against Kabul, and scored 13 from 13 deliveries. Up against Udana, who's very much on fire in this tournament.
Another full delivery, well bowled by Udana.
Sterling, he just can't get going in this tournament. There's another view of that dismissal again. You can see him moving away to the leg side, looking for his favourite area through extra cover and over mid-off. But Udana was too good for him. 18, 20, 0, and now 2 for Sterling in his 4 innings so far.
Well bowled again, angling across Brendan McCullum, who appeared to have made some late adjustment. What a terrific start for the Paktia Panthers, defending only 127 after the first over. It's 3 for 1.
Well, as you can see, Kandahar Knights yet to get off the mark, and their net run rate is very poor as well. Only that, and Nangarhar Leopards' net run rate is worse than theirs, so the victory today would certainly not only get them off the bottom of the table, or get them a first win rather, it would probably get them off the bottom of the table as well. Well, in fact, it certainly would, because their net run rate is that little bit better than the Nangarhar Leopards. Here's Zia Rahman Sharifi, who we spoke to a little bit earlier when Hamid Hassan was pitch side.
As Hamid said, the Morne Morkel of Afghanistan. Hasn't played too much cricket, T20 that is, and of course did not shine with the bat today as he came in late. But Shahid Afridi, well, if Shahid Afridi didn't shine, your Sharifi will say, well, what's wrong with what I did? It's all right.
He got 3 for 34 in the last game against Balk. He's a capable seamer, a young player.
Yeah, tall and athletic. Probably put on some more muscle as he goes along. Up in the air and over. Mid-off. In fact, it could be all the way. No, perhaps bounced just short, so it's a fog boundary. And how well was that struck by Brendan McCullum? Sweet timing.
Well, he's going to have to grow up quickly here. The youngster Sharifi up against McCullum, one of the most destructive players in the history of this form of the game. And McCullum will come hard at him and put some pressure on him. The question is, how will Sharifi respond?
Again, it wasn't such a bad delivery at all, because McCullum, of course, did dance down the track, and Sharifi had wisdom to say, it's okay, it's all right, I can manage this. Oh, yes, nice and quick. False shot, the pole attempted there by Brendan McCullum. I like what Sharifi is doing, a nice bustling run-up, and certainly a good prospect for the future.
Just one fielder outside the 30-yard circle on the onside. That's out at deep backward square leg, so there's plenty of real estate for McCullum to aim at on the onside.
You know, again, that last delivery, obviously McCullum went for the pole thinking that the ball would bounce to a certain height. It didn't, it stayed well below. And a lot of wickets today have been on the balls that didn't bounce. As much as we're used to seeing here.
The last delivery was nice, hit the bat hard, and it's good positive bowling from Sharifi. I like the look of him. I like the look of Syed Shahzad as well. 4 wickets today, 9 in the tournament so far. So this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League just showcasing some real talent outside the regulars at international level.
Yeah, we can imagine Shahzad coming in with his lefty seamers, and of course Zia from the other side, right-handed, could make quite a terrific combination for Afghanistan in the future. Edged! There was width. McCullum went hard and no slip, so he got a little lucky. Don't tell me they're going to get a slip now. Of course, a little late for this over.
That would be a case of shutting the stable door after the horse had bolted, wouldn't it? As we've said already, though, only defending 127, you need wickets, and there was a case for having that slip in. It wasn't placed there, and well, McCullum benefits.
Perhaps it's just not knowing Zia's ability is better. I'm not saying that he moves the ball. The white ball doesn't move too much here in the desert sand, but I got to cater for those edges to begin with. Again, a big thrash attempted, no timing there. Not such a bad over, I've got to say, although there were 2 boundaries in it. 2 overs gone, 11 for 1.
So 8 runs off that last over. 11 for 1. And Udana will continue. Ricky Vessels now to face his first ball. Astonishing, he's been in throughout the innings so far and hasn't faced up to this point. He has now. Well, interesting, the last ball of the previous over, Brendan McCullum miscued a pull shot, and then we saw him take his hand off the bat and ring it. The left hand. We saw him do that as well when he was bowled by Shahidullah against Kabul in the last match too. Maybe a little bit of a problem with that left hand. He's looking at it rather quizzically.
Oh, well fielded. Had to dive a bit to his right because the ball was spinning. But yeah, it does look like Brendan McCullum. In fact, so many cricketers around the world carry finger injuries for sure, because the ball's just being hit so hard now because of the bats and because of the fact that people are getting a lot stronger. And you'll find that so many fingers of so many cricketers are fully taped. And McCullum, of course, I think while fielding or catching earlier on, distinctly hurt one of his fingers. And of course, the rest are taped as well. Oh, the first really loose delivery by Udana. That's only because he tried the slower one, full and straight. Drifted down leg. Luckily for him, there was no bat on that, so just wide.
Surya Udana missed the first match against Kabul, but has played all three of Paktia's subsequent encounters, and he's been a very, very important figure for them.
You know, the match that he missed against Kabul, I'm willing to guess that had he been there, Kabul would have not chased 218. And the fact that they did is because they were missing a bowler of Udana's caliber and capability. So against bulk, just an indication of what Udana can do right at the top as well as at the depth. That's in the beginning. Chris Gale, bowl, neck and crop. A simple cotton bowl. That was again at the top. And then, of course, the big slash towards the end. That was not too elegant. So Udana finishing with 4 of 38. Quite the pick for Paktia Panthers. And today, too, striking early, getting hold of Sterling.
Oh, that's gone miles in the air. Goodness me, that's got snow on it. Down it comes. Is someone going to catch it? Yes, they are. It's Sami Shinwari. And Ricky Vessels falls. Another wicket for Udana. And problems for Kandahar.
Oh, wow, what a celebration. They had to lift Shinwari off the ground. I tell you what, that ball is perhaps the highest I've seen go in cricket a long, long time. Near the toe of the bat, as you can see. There we go. Yeah, off maybe the outer edge. And, oh, judged so well. So difficult. The ball must have been swirling away into the late evening sky. But he spotted it well, got there well in time, and then kept his cool. So, Vessels, despite his promotion, couldn't do much today. 12 for 2.
The one player who's been in reasonable form for Kandahar in the tournament so far comes to the crease. The captain, the national captain as well, Asghar Afghan. The batsman crossed, so he's at the non-striker's end. And so Brendan McCullum will be on strike, but well, Kandahar chasing what appeared to be a fairly paltry score of 127 by Paktia. They're in early strife here.
Well, Asghar Afghan must be walking in saying, oh no, you guys are leaving it to me again. Yeah, maybe they could do a bit of that. Just a nice defensive shot by Brendan McCullum. When was the last time I saw him do that? But such is the pressure now suddenly on Kandahar Knights. And add to that the fact that they'd lost 3 in a row. It's not looking good for them at all. Vessels went for the big one. Outside edge, and I think he almost took it on the face.
Yes, he almost dropped that, Shinwari, taking it Aussie style with fingers pointing up. But he held on just, and that's all that counts. End of the over, 3 gone. Kandahar 12 for 2.
Udana taking 2 big wickets at the top of the innings. Sterling, who can hit the ball and is in pretty good form. And of course, Ricky Wessels getting a nice, was it 40 odd in the previous match? 46 it was in a very quick time. Promoted now to open, and he didn't bother the scorers much. He'll be very disappointed, but I think even more disappointed would be Asghar Afghan, because he's come in when his team hasn't performed with the bat particularly and has had to do so much work with the bat. The last time he walked in, he showed a bit of anger there. Jumped out, hit the first ball for 4, and got lucky. They didn't get out for the next couple, and then he got a neat for 50. So here he is again, the skipper, beleaguered, if I can use that term.
And up against Yamin Ahmedzai, first of all, who's played 1 match in the tournament up to this point in time, up against Balk, where he got 1 for 36. Bowling from the pavilion end, our commentary box end here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
Well, a little bit of yes and no there. Brendan McCullum, despite the fact that he's not the youngest, is still very quick between the wickets. And I don't think he fully understands the running capability of Asghar Afghan, who is also not particularly young. So they better watch it, these two. The last thing you need is a run out at this stage or any stage of any match, anywhere, anytime. It just is so needless. So switch in the field. You get somebody else to go to deep backward square. We got a deep third man as well.
Kandahar's scores in the tournament so far: 139 for 9 in their opening match against Nangarhar. They lost that one by 6 wickets. Then they couldn't chase bolts, 165 for 6. They followed up with 152 for 7 in that game. And then yesterday, losing by 2 runs, 171 for 7 after Kabul made 173 for 6.
Well, the best part about the situation here for the Kandahar Knights is that they're not setting a total. They know what they're chasing, and it's as low a chase as you can get in T20 cricket. So they can afford to take it easy, not panic, not particularly go for the big shots, even though, of course, fielding restrictions are in place at this point of time. And just once again, as we were talking at the top, Brian, just cruise through to that 128 they need. Because, yeah, well, a couple of wickets have fallen and you don't need to lose another.
Oh, another yes, no, excuse me. Real indecision from Brendan McCullum and Asghar Afghan. Cameron Delport at backward point, and that again betrays the nervousness. We were talking at the outset of this innings, Charu, about wouldn't it be good if Kandahar could get across the line reasonably quickly, because of course that would boost their net run rate. I think at the moment, given the start they've made, they'll take any sort of victory at all, even if it's off the last ball of the 20th over.
There's certainly no strike rate thinking going on now, or run rate, that is. Very well played again. And you've got to compliment Ahmedzai for keeping it tight. Last over, of course, from this end, 8 runs went, although Zia bowled pretty well.
We've had just the 1 maiden so far in the tournament. That was Hamza Hotak, the left-arm spinner. Ironically for Kandahar, of course.
Yeah, now Kandahar likely to give a maiden. Got to keep it tight, Ahmedzai. Oh, and there's a sneaker single of a misfield, and he could have gotten out to Brendan McCullum. It might even mean more runs off the overthrow. This could be 5, and it is. A few seconds ago, we were looking at a maiden, and now 5 off that last delivery. Yamin not pleased. 17 for 2 after 4.
well, it's 17 for 2 after that 5 to Asghar Afghan to get off the mark, but it could so easily have been 12 for 3. Because there was the man who was fielding at short fine leg. Isuru Udana had a shy at the stumps, a misfield from him initially, which caused the batsman to go for the run, and a direct hit, and Brendan McCullum would have been gone. Then 2 fielders backing up, and one parried past the other. Well, you want drama, you've got it with that ball, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think Yamin saw the lighter side there at all. How cruel the game. But you can understand the shy. I think Isuru Udana was onto something. He said that I can catch my man. And Brendan McCullum, who is still very quick, we've been saying, between the wickets, would have been caught short. Look at these figures though, Brian. 2 for 4.
He's going to be bowling round the wicket now to Asghar Afghan. But isn't it interesting that Udana's been given a 3rd over here because, oh, it's a no ball. Oh, goodness me, what a mistake. A free hit.
Yeah, sorry, I know what you were saying, the 3rd over, because they'd think that we can get another wicket or 2. It might just completely snuff out the chances of Kandahar Knights. And there was a very good delivery, just overstepped. It was nice and, yeah. Distinct no ball, but it was a very good delivery otherwise. Very full, and Asghar Afghan had to jab his bat down very quickly. So now, where do we go with this? Asghar Afghan is looking for 6. Shpagiza. And he does! It's a big one! Isn't it a wonderful sight for all the Kandahar Knights supporters? Udana drops it short. Tried a slow bouncer, we think, and Asghar Afghan was onto it.
Well, the experiment of the 3rd over for Udana and him going round the wicket, it's patently not worked so far. But, well, we're so used to seeing Udana bowl that Yorker, and surely that would have been the go. But he almost tried to second-guess himself and second-guess Asghar Afghan. Asghar Afghan seemed to know the slower ball was coming. He was almost in position before the bowler let go of the ball. Tremendous shot. Oh, what a catch! What a catch by Isuru Udana! Off the leading edge, he's just stuck out his left hand and has taken a blinder. Asghar Afghan, the man in tremendous form for Kandahar Knights, has to go back. And what a hammer blow for the men in maroon.
Asghar Afghan just stood there. He was gutted. There it is, leading edge, trying to turn it down, and then, of course, the big stare saying, what have I done? What a terrific catch, the reflex. Sticking his left hand out, and Udana says, hey, look at me, I can do no wrong. Asghar Afghan and his team in deep trouble now. Just 11 off the 9, it's 24 for 3.
Nasser Jamal in at number 5, a promotion for him. He batted at 6 against Kabul in the last match and got 38 from 30 balls, so fully deserves that promotion. But, well, the reason he's here is some good captaincy by Mohammad Shahzad to keep Udana going for another over. And Udana, the change of angle from him going round the wicket, we were wondering if it was the right thing to do. Well, patently it was. It was a full toss to Asghar Afghan, but what a catch from the Sri Lankan bowler.
Yeah, worth his weight in gold for the Paktia Panthers. And right on target. Yeah, I feel very sorry for Asghar Afghan, and of course you can't blame the pitch either, because I'm sure we're going to see that again. But it was a full toss down leg, ordinarily 4 runs, perhaps even 6 on occasion. But this time, just turned the bat a little too soon. Leading edge and a fabulous reflex catch to his left by Udana. Asghar Afghan distraught, gutted, and you really felt for him then. I don't mean to be taking sides, but
well, you've got a dog in both races, haven't you? Because you're a big fan of Mohammad Shahzad as well.
You caught that, yeah. Well, no, I felt really bad for Asghar Afghan, but it's Mohammad Shahzad's batting that I'm a big fan of. So there's a bit of a difference.
Well, you can be a fan of his captaincy here by keeping Udana going for this third over, because it's proved very, very important.
Well, his captaincy, he uses only one phrase. I don't care. That's what he says to anything. Oh, bit of a misfield there. A single. Udana won't be too pleased, but that's all right. Not much damage done. What I'm really curious about now is the role that Brendan McCullum will play, because as a seasoned pro who's played millions of matches around the world, is he going to take the match by the scruff of its neck and say, leave it to me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut out all the danger, and I'm going to get those runs, which are not many at all. Or is he continue to keep going for it? There's another over left in power play, and his mindset is now the key to Kandahar Knights.
End of the over, 5 gone, and Kandahar 25 for 3.
Ben Cutting leading the pack as far as the wickets are concerned. The Leopards captain Udana not far behind. He's done really well. Very impressive 3 overs this evening as well. Gulbadin Naib for the bulk legends. He's done a good job. Shahzad as well picking up 9. Ashraf 6 wickets. So not far behind Udana. And definitely the way he's bowling at the moment. He still has another over left. Going to be Sharifi once again. 1 overs, 8 runs, a touch expensive in his only over. That's played well. I think the thinking's got to be that they just need one decent partnership. 50, 60 runs, not chasing a big score, not chasing a huge score. And also watch ball by ball action. And go and visit Cricingif.com. With me in the com box once again is Alistair Campbell, having a nice cup of coffee, watching the proceedings as well.
Normally you would associate cracking games of cricket with high scoring and the ball going everywhere, disappearing out the ground. This one is a low scoring little thriller we've got on our hands here, I reckon. Anybody's game still. The key, as has been mentioned, this bloke in picture. If he can hang in there and marshal the troops, marshal the innings, much like Sikandar Raza did for the Paktia Panthers, then you reckon that they might squeeze through, but it's going to be nip and tuck. How good has he been for the Panthers? Udana, he's been a breath of fresh air, really has. And when opening the bowling, he's made inroads. Coming back, he's made inroads. For me, he's been the bowler of the tournament. I think he's been outstanding.
Totally endorse your views, because I remember I didn't play the first game for Paktia Panthers, was drafted in the second game. And since then, he's been absolutely brilliant with the ball. Oh, terrific delivery, appeal as well. Probably the bat hitting the ground. Very enthusiastic there, Sharifi.
Have a look at Mohammad Shahzad as well, behind the stumps. He's so animated. He really does make me chuckle. There it is, and must have been some noise. And well, it goes through to Mohammad Shahzad. There he is. The ball's up in the air. I'm sure we'll get a glimpse of his facial features in another replay. It's really, it really does make me chuckle. He's just a larger-than-life character, isn't he? You never know what you're going to be getting.
That was a late reaction by the bowler, in fact. Sharifi reacted late, just seeing his captain appeal. You're right, he was so animated there, Mohammad Shahzad. He knows that they are back in the game now with those 3 wickets. Important 3 wickets, they're exactly what he wanted. Coming back to that appeal once again, just see the reaction of the bowler. Well, he's just looking at the captain and then just asking a question, just inquiring.
He wasn't interested. He was just glad that it had gone past the outside edge. It was the captain, Shahzad, that created all the histrionics and threw the ball up in the air. Again, past the outside edge. Really good stuff this from Sharifi. He's working up ahead of steam as well. Brendan McCullum, well, struggling. 10 of 13. Just hasn't been able to get to grips with the conditions thus far.
Yeah, it has been a struggle for him, Brendan McCullum, so far in this tournament. Normally bats with a lot of flair. He's got that intent, aggressive intent. But just see those runs up. 31 is top score against the bulk legends. Oh, that will race away. That's going to be a 4. Leg by the call from the umpire. The power play gone as well. It's 32 for 3. So the power play gone, 32 for 3. Kandahar Knights having a few issues. They've lost a few wickets. Last ball, previous over. Earning in his line out there, Sharifi. Didn't get any bat to it. Brendan McCullum is coming off the pad. Deviation and resulting in a 4. All runs count.
Yeah, so frustrating when that happens. Last ball of the over. Right, Shahid Afridi into the attack. How telling will this be? Always something happens when Shahid Afridi's in the action. Didn't do much with the bat in hand. Second ball, went to try and hit it out the ground. Perish caught. And now he's got an opportunity with ball in hand. 302 wickets, best of 5 for 7. And the economy rate under 7 to the over. Outstanding.
Yeah, he's a very experienced campaigner. A lot of fan following as well for him. He's a big name, especially in this format. A match winner. Oh, that's a good delivery. Just darting one through Brendan McCullum. Really mixes his pace very nicely. Started off with that flighted delivery. Just see the last one. He's going wide to the crease as well, getting that angle going against the right-hander. Didn't turn too much. But rightly so, Alistair. Brendan McCullum taking his time. No need to hurry. Got to keep wickets in hand. That's going to be the prime essence here. Just a decent partnership. Still ample time.
Past the outside edge. He's causing a few problems here, Shahid Afridi. He's on the money straight away. No loose deliveries. Bowling at a good pace for this particular surface. And already just causing a few problems for the batters. Really well finished. Got through the over pretty quickly as well. 7 bowled, 34 for 3.
So decent first over from Shahid Afridi. 34 for 3 at this stage. Kandahar, McCullum 11 of 17, just taking his time. It's going to be Ahmedzai once again. Impressive first over from the young man. Oh, down the track. That's powered on the onside. That's exactly what Brent McCullum can do. It's a fog maximum.
Yeah, he needed to break the shackles. He needed to do something that he could free his arms and just get himself into this innings. It's not his game to play defensively. It's not his game to stodge and try and get the singles and twos. And he's down the wicket. And that one's nearer the middle of the bat. And is able to get it around into the gap over mid-wicket and enough on it to get it away for a fog maximum. Much needed from a Kandahar perspective.
There's some big players playing. You can also create your own fantasy site, test your skills, win big real cash by logging on to myteam11.com. Surely this man, Brendan McCullum, would be in my team. The kind of player he is, although he hasn't got too many runs so far. But this could be the day for him, Alistair.
Yeah, I think it's one of those days you call on all your experience when you're not quite hitting it flush, when the conditions are such that it's hard work for the batters out there. And this particular surface seems to be that way. Just doesn't seem to be coming on. No one's really got to grips with it. It's one of those days where it's more mind over matter. Hold on, hold on. Now then. Square leg umpire was the one who came forward and signalled to the standing umpire that he wanted things stopped. I'm not sure why. There he is. He's still being very animated.
In fact, Anil Chaudhary just had a word with Shahid Afridi. Probably just coming outside the 30-yard circle. Just had a chat. All settled now. That's played well. I think the key for any batsman is to get his eyes in. You know, just read the wicket. What kind of piece the ball is coming at, the bounce. And McCullum so far, although it took his time early on, exactly what he's done. Looking much more settled now.
Yeah, nobody's really been settled on the wicket apart from Sikandar Raza for the Panthers. And they're behind the black ball early on here. It's just panning out in a similar fashion to the Paktia innings, this Kandahar innings. They were in similar sort of positions. So it's just how well they play in these middle overs, really, that will determine whether they win or lose. Have they got somebody that can get a 50? Have they got a couple of batsmen that can hang in there and build a partnership?
Also, the important factor here for the Panthers is to keep the pressure going, and that pressure will be created only by picking our wickets. It's not a big score they are chasing. 128 is the target. So you've got to pick up wickets at regular intervals. That's going to be important for the Panthers.
Yeah, still to come. Kareem Siddiqui's open the batting, so he can wield the willow. Najibullah as well. Kareem Janat. So still plenty in the tank for Kandahar. They still need to make sure that the scoreboard's ticking over, though. What they don't want is to be too circumspect, and then suddenly the run rate gets above 8-9 to the over. I think that'll be very difficult come the latter overs. At the moment, it's just trickled above 7 to the over required.
His first over was pretty good. Shahid Afridi, I think he knows as a main spinner, he's got to take wickets as well, put the pressure. Oh, down the leg side. That's a very poor delivery. Tough for Shahzad as well. That's going to race away. That's going to be a big wide.
Gee, this is frustrating from the player's perspective, bowler, and if I'm a coach watching, last ball again, he's run in and spewed it down the leg side. Not a great delivery at all. It's just gone so wide, and well, Mohammad Shahzad, he's tried his best to get across, not able to get enough of a glove on it. And it's just soft runs, and a chase such as this where every run is at a premium, that is not the freebie you want to be giving away at the back end of an over.
Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple, Ahmedzai. Don't try and experiment too much. That's cut away, but straight into the hands. Was in the air. That's a big wicket. After that big wide, Ahmed Zai striking, and Brendan McCullum has to walk back to the pavilion.
How freaky is that? With the extra ball, he's able to get the big fish. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. On this occasion, it's worked big time. Trying to slash one away over the offside, Brendan McCullum. He plays that so well, that shot. We've seen it go for maximum many times in his career, but not so tonight. And joy all round for the Paktia Panthers. Kandahar Knights, they lose one of their big guns. Brendan McCullum gone for 18, 47 for 4 now.
So in walks Kareem Sadiq. Hasn't been in the best of forms. At times they open the innings as well for the Kandahar Knights, but it's been a struggle for him. And coming in a situation where Kandahar Knights require some runs from him. Now averaging around 17.5, strike rate of 115, 450s for him. Is a decent bat. But the Paktia Panthers, they've created their pressure.
Shahid Afridi. Ball in hand, good first over, just conceded the 2. Oh, lovely piece of bowling. Inward movement, dip, spin away, the perfect leg spinner's delivery. Mohammad Shahzad complements everything by whipping off the bails in a flash, and, well, the umpire's going upstairs now then. Was there a bit of draggage? Did that back foot just come out of the crease a wee bit? He was overbalanced. This will give us a better indication. There's no issues there with the no ball, so that's fine. We'll just concentrate on the business end.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting whether his back foot was in the air or not. At the moment, looks to be okay. Mohammad Shahzad flicking the bails off. Looks to be okay at the moment, just keeping his balance till the end. Good work there from Mohammad Shahzad. Should go in favor of the batsman. Yes, and there's a right call as well from the third umpire.
Now then, the pressure shifts to Jamal. He's got to make sure he hangs in there as one of the recognised batsmen. Kareem Sadiq, he's got pedigree, but he comes in on the back of some very poor form, as you mentioned, AJ. 0, 0 and 6. Those are his 3 scores in the tournament thus far. So you're only one game away, or one innings away from getting it all right. Somebody that's got it right for a lot of his career as a bowler. Hamid Hassan, he's downstairs. Who's he got with him?
With Hamza Hotak, the most successful left-arm bowler for Afghanistan from decades, and now he's representing Kandahar Knights. Hamza, خبر شو چې انجری ده او نن د میچ کې لوب هم نه ده کړې، خو بالینګ هم ډیر زیات ښه شوی ده. فکر کوم لکه چې اصغر ستاسو غوږونه تاو کړي د نن پویلین کې که څنګه؟
ټولو نه وړاندې تاسو ته او ګرانو مینوالو ته د مینې ډک سلامونه. که زه داسې وایم چې دویم میچ و د موږ او په باونډرۍ باندې مې یو سلایډ فیلډ وکړو، نو هغې سره لږ دغه سایډ مسل لږ زور واخیسته، خو که خیال دی پرون بیا داسې هاف ډای مې واچو، هغې سره لږ زیات کش سو. نو هوپ بیا لاړم ام آر آی ته، نو هوپ چې رزلټ ښه وي انشاءالله.
خدای دې صحت درکړي. Quick question. Who is the person in the team who make jokes all the time, especially when you guys in pressure?
You know, always cool customer. Asghar Afghan, he always make jokes when the team is under pressure, but he says calm, relax.
That's great. خیرنۍ پوښتنه، افغانستان کې د APL لوبې تاسو فامیل به هم ګوري، انډیوالان به هم ګوري، ټوله دنیا یې ګوري. آیا داسې ټلیفونونه میسیجونه درته راځي، خلک فیډبیک درکوي چې د افغانستان پریمیر لیګ څنګه روان دی تر اوسه پورې؟
ظاهره ده ځکه چې ټول افغانان دا فالو کوي او په خپله موږ هم دې نه خوند اخلو، او زه خپله مطلب په دې باندې خوشاله یم د خوشالۍ احساس کوم چې د افغانستان په تاریخ کې اوس یو غټ لیګ روان دی او کیږي
ډیره زیاته مننه او ښه چانس نن لوبې لپاره
مننه تاسو
with Hamza Hotak, and he was excited. He got a little bit injury, side straining. He did a MRI scan, and he hoped the result will be okay. And the most joker in the team was Asghar Afghan. Back to commentary box.
Didn't know that. The 50 up as well with that single. 9 overs gone, 50 for 4. It's been a struggle to reach that 50 mark. They've lost 4 wickets. The story of the match so far, Panthers 127. Couldn't bat the full 20 overs. Raza once again brilliant with the bat. 51 of 42. Shirzad was outstanding with the ball, 4 for 19. And Knights, a struggle for them. Still contest on as far as this game is concerned. Never know. Sharafuddin is going to be change in bowling. The left arm spinner coming in. Rotating his bowlers pretty well so far, Mohammad Shahzad, Alistair.
Yeah, doing a good job. He bowled Udana for one more over than he would have intended. Got that extra wicket. It's whether that'll come back to haunt him at the end when he doesn't have him for 2 and just got him for 1. But apart from that, yeah, I think he's rotated them really well, and they've delivered. That's been the main thing. No matter how well you think you do it as a captain, you've still got to make sure that everybody is doing what they need to do. And today, so far, been really good.
Love that tumble from Mohammad Shahzad. Oh, that was outstanding. Showing how quickly he can pounce. Very nicely done by the captain there. Oh, lovely. Oh, balance throw. It's really showing that he's very proactive as far as captaincy is concerned, giving his all, having a chat with his bowlers. That's exactly how you have to go about. These low-scoring targets can be very interesting, intriguing at times. Once again, a good shout, and the finger is up. Look very good, trying to work the ball on the onside, closing the bat face, and Jamal has to walk back.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision. He's played all around it. It was a straighter one, a quicker one, and it's whacked him on the front pad in front of the stumps. Just I thought for a millisecond maybe there was a bit of inside edge, but quickly dismissed that from my thought and the umpire as well. This will give us a better indication. Just sliding on with the arm. Yeah, bang out. Easy decision really for the umpire. Hits him in front of middle stump with a hit middle and leg. Terrific delivery. And they fall further into the abyss, do the Kandahar Knights. Not going according to script. Nasser Jamal gone for 8, 52 for 5.
Half the side back in the heart for Kandahar Knights. Batting has been an issue with them. They haven't won a single game so far in this edition of Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. Najibullah Zadran walks in. He's got a very impressive strike rate. 141, 450s. So handy customer with the bat. But the pressure will be on him as well.
Big pressure. Half the side back in the pavilion. And you're still a long way from your target. It's only a small one, 128, but when you're 52 for 5, it seems a long way in the distance. There it is again, no doubt. And an easy decision really for the umpire. Just waiting a little bit to bring a bit of effect to the game. Rightio, 1 for 2 for Sharafuddin. And at 52 for 5, Paktia Panthers, well, they'll fancy their chances from here on in. Now then, it's a no ball, and I'll tell you why. He hasn't told the umpire that he's coming over the wicket, because the batsman was backing up on the same side. And that's a rookie error. That's schoolboy stuff. You've got to tell the umpire what side of the wicket you're bowling. And quite rightly, the umpire's said that's a no ball. Shahid Afridi has gone, well, hold on. Surely, surely he's told you. And he hasn't. And according to the laws, it's any no ball is a free hit. So this is a free hit for not actually just telling the umpire, excuse me, sir, I'd like to come from round to over, if you don't mind. Well, he's going to bowl over now, and he's going to be bowling a freebie.
Going to be interesting whether he capitalizes or not. It's going to be a free hit now. Oh, struck. What a shot that one. Pakisa, Fog Maximum, another no ball. What's happening out here?
I think that's a good lesson. I think he'll ask the umpire next time. I think he will politely have learned his lesson here. That's gone a long way. That's onto the roof. And just a silly error, really. And it's resulted in a free hit, and he's taken full toll as Najibullah. Have a look at this. Up into the night sky. Big blow.
And that's gone out of the stadium as well. The new box coming in. What a strike there. Absolutely brilliant. The license was there because of being a free hit. And still, it's a free hit, remember. After that, once again, a no ball. That would be a front foot no ball. That's a signal for the umpire. So another free hit. Can Najibullah once again strike big?
Wow, just wow. How on earth has he delivered that delivery that far over for a spinner? It'll be wide, so it'll be an extra run, and the free hit will continue into the next delivery. It was going so well for the Paktia Panthers, and just in the space of a crazy 2 minutes or so, suddenly they're just losing a bit of momentum, gifting it to the Kandahar Knights. And he's got a sore chin to boot, Mohammad Shahzad. I tell you what, that's a Spagiza in the same area. I reckon it's landed in exactly the same spot. What a shot that is. Well, that's 169 sixes for the tournament, and it won't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, he's got the power. He can really clobber the ball, Najibullah. That's exactly what he's doing. The second time the box is coming out. What a strike once again. Just waiting for that one. A juicy full toss, making merry there. He's not very happy, Sharafuddin, at all. What a change in the complexion, because he got a wicket after that, those free hits. The tide has changed once again. Dot delivery to end the 10th over, 67 for 5.
Sharafuddin going for plenty the previous over. Well, a comedy or a tragedy, depending on which side you see it from. Sharafuddin will not be seeing the lighter side of that over. And Afridi, who bowls his over so very quickly, unnerves the batsman. Has given only, what, 5 runs away in 2 overs. Comes back. It's been a terrific spell by Afridi, covering up for the fact that he lasted only 2 deliveries with the bat, and in the main disappointed this large gathering here.
Karim Sadiq, he really does need runs. 0, 0 and 6 in the tournament so far. Vastly experienced though. And with Najibullah going hell for leather at the other end, Kandahar certainly not out of the equation at this point in time.
You know, the way Afridi bowls, let's just take him as a regular bowler then, because he hasn't given too much away, except maybe in the first match that he played. It does give you a very good bowling option, but of course we need runs from him. Karim Sadiq, the other man, hasn't scored too many at all. And old Sterling, who went very early today without score, done in by a terrific Udana delivery. Can still see the lighter side of life.
Well, it's still roughly a runner ball that's required, so there's nothing untoward necessary from these two batsmen. They can just pick off the singles and if a bad ball comes along, hit it for 4 or indeed 6.
Asghar Afghan in the dugout, barely managing a smile now after what happened last over. I'm sure there's a little bit of hope. You don't cut that Afridi bowls too quickly. And of course, a little hint of leg spin, and that becomes a really dangerous delivery. And Mohammad Shahzad is always going to be interested if there's a late cut attempted on Afridi.
The googly. End of the over, just 2 singles from it, 69 for 5. Sharafuddin picking up the wicket of Jamal in the last over, and what an eventful over it was. It went for 17, so what that means is that he's been whipped out of the attack, and Sikandar Raza has been brought on to replace him. Sikandar Raza, well, he bowled 2 overs for 36 in his only outing with the ball in the tournament so far, although in his defence, it was against Kabul with a wet ball in very dewy conditions.
Very late call by the non-striker to return Najibullah to the crease, but luckily there was no slip or nothing. At times that can be a problem too. If you're pelting down and you're told to go back, and every once in a while a slip could be disastrous. Well, he hasn't had a good match with the bat, this man. The leader of Paktia Panthers, Mohammad Shahzad, but his team's done very well to try and defend that low total. And that should be just a single. Gentle off spin might have been a little more dangerous, but against the right-hander here, Karim Sadiq, it could give a few runs away, though Sadiq hasn't scored anything of note so far. Well, he bowled well, Sadiq, today, but with the bat, what was it? 0, 0 and 6. So, well, if I were Asghar Afghan, I wouldn't be holding my breath when Sadiq's at the crease.
Very experienced player, though. Maybe today is the day he'll come to the party. Oh, leading edge. Just short of the man at point. That's Sami Shinwari. A little bit of turn for Raza.
Yeah, like I said, against the lefty, he'd be pretty handy, useful, Sikandar Raza. Oh, big shout again by Mohammad Shahzad in celebration. But umpire Shinwari not impressed. And of course, from the bowlers and the rest of the fielders, there was no support for their appeal. 12 gone, 71 for 5.
Shahid Afridi now into his final over, and that single means that in 3 overs and 1 ball he's conceded just 8 runs. That's exceptional stuff, but well, wickets are the currency really in this situation, you would say.
Yeah, but even just keeping it down can put lots of pressure, because they have lost 5 wickets and they're talking about some of their irregular batsmen. Oh, that will do, thank you. Manufactures it, reverse, and that's but been short fine. And sorry, lefty at the crease, short third, we'll have to say. Once you turn around, it all confuses everybody. And the man at the cover point boundary, point boundary, that is, back foot point.
He's a talented player, Najibul Azadra, one of only 8 Afghanistan players to have topped 1,000 one-day international runs. He knows what he's doing. Very handy player to have coming in at this stage.
Shahid Afridi finally going for a boundary. He's spoiling his figures a bit, but all said and done. Terrific spell. He's given only 13 runs away. If he normally gives, say, 33 at this stage, then let's credit him with 20 extra. Shahid Afridi. That's the worth and value of an all-rounder. Oh, big heave. I think there was always tailing down leg. Umpire not interested, Anil Chaudhary.
Yes, he hasn't set the heather alight so far, Shahid Afridi, with bat or ball, but this a very, very good spell indeed.
I tell you what, if I was Karim Siddique with next to nothing under my belt in terms of runs, I wouldn't go for those big heaves. Just push it around, Siddique. Push it around. Take the single if you can. Oh, needs a little bit of help with his laces. That's going to result in one of the slowest overs that Shahid Afridi may have bowled because of this delay.
Sikandar Raza obviously trying to tie them together. In fact, he's trying to tie that lace, I think, to the artificial pitch to make Karim Siddique trip over. Joking aside, that's nice to see. Nice to see the two sides coming together in that way. Nice bit of spirit of cricket there from Sikandar Raza. Well done.
Oh, big appeal. This time it could be close. Went for the reverse, Karim. Played down, played for a single. I'm pleading with you.
It was an ambitious shot, wasn't it? Very ambitious indeed, the reverse sweep. And it's actually hit him on the shoulder or the upper arm. Maybe it was just turning past off stump.
I think that might have crashed onto off stump. So Sadiq, lucky last ball here. Can you please, the last ball of the spell, can you pat it down? Oh, well, certainly there was a sound there. And is that ball? Yes, it is. I think it clipped off stump. Karim Siddique missed it completely. And he is happy to accept the umpire's decision. No, there's no review. But Shahid Afridi well bowled. We did say don't try and cut him on the off stump. He's too quick for that. Karim Siddique may just have to go back.
He doesn't want to go. He was talking first of all to umpire Chowdhury, and then when umpire Bismillah Jansinwari came in from square leg, he was querying the situation there as well. Yes, you can see the ball just flicking the bail, knocking the bail off. And that's the end of Karim Siddique from the last ball of Shahid Afridi's spell. Afridi 1 for 13, Karim Siddique out for 5, and the Knights in further trouble, 77 for 6.
So well done, Shahid Afridi. A wicket for all his effort. Gave nothing away today. And the last ball of his spell, this is what happened. Karim Siddique decided to cut. A late cut at that. And oh, how did that ball? Well, how did that ball strike the off bail? It looked like it went well above, but may have just feathered it. Who alone knows?
Just skimmed the bail enough to take it off. And Afridi 1 for 13. Afridi 1 for 13, and the only spell that's been more economical in this tournament was Gulbuddin Naib. Remember, 4 for 12.
Yeah, Naib bowled very well there, one of the leading wicket takers. But as long as Najibullah's there, there's some hope for the Kandahar Knights. But I've got to say, this has been not their most memorable chase, of one of the lowest totals in the game. In this tournament, that is. Well, high drama with that Kareem Sadiq dismissal, but he had to go. The umpire spotted it, and yes, Mohammad Shahzad was nowhere near the stumps. Could they take 2 here? Should have.
Let's have another look. Just enough to feather the bail, and only just.
Well, yeah, the umpire's indicating clearly that it was bowled, but I've got to say again, we'll pick that up, that it looked to me that the bail fell off without the ball really touching it. Could have been, what, how? My eyes are playing tricks.
They are, that definitely flicked the bail.
Well, that's the only answer, of course. Could be 2 here now. Will they take it quickly enough? Yes, let's bring it back quickly. There we go. A direct throw, and he might have been in trouble. Jannat.
Karim Jannat in Kandahar's opening game of the tournament against Nangarhar. 39 in 39 deliveries with 3 fours and a 6, so he can bat. He came in at number 5 on that occasion. Younger brother of the Afghanistan captain, Asghar Afghan, of course.
So 14 gone, it's 80 for 6.
This is the match we've got coming up for you in just over an hour's time. Kabul's Wanan against Nangarhar Leopards. The Leopards, of course, having lost 3 games in a row, having won their opening match of the tournament against Kandahar. And Kabul, 3 victories for them in the tournament up to this point in time. So it really is 2 sides at either end of the form spectrum.
Well, we've seen some fabulous action in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by Fog, so I suppose 1 or 2 bad matches out of many we'll have to take. This one could still be a thriller, mind you. We shouldn't call it a bad match, it's just a low-scoring one. And Paktia Panthers, known for their big hitting abilities and the big totals, out for only 127. And they wasted the last over or 2 by not staying in the field, and now their chase. Kandahar Knights go for another big one. And will it go all the way? No! He's gone! This is terrible. Just when I was saying that there are possibilities, Najibullah holds out to long on. A nice easy catch in the end by Raza and Udana. That man's done so much damage to the Kandahar Knights today.
Najibullah, well, he needs to drag himself off the ground. He can't believe that he's got out in that manner. Remember, he hit Sharafuddin for a couple of 6s in Sharafuddin's previous over. He's gone for another maximum. Didn't quite get all of it. And that was a really well-judged catch by that man Udana. You just can't keep him out of the action, can you? 3 wickets for him today. And now a really important contribution. Catching Najibullah, perhaps Kandahar's last hope of victory. Najibullah out for 20. Kandahar 80 for 7. Just going to check the no ball. It's very tight, isn't it?
This is looking a little tricky, I must confess. Not the best angle to make sure whether there's a little bit of that heel behind the line.
Karim Jannat just blocking the view on the other side from the run-out camera, but well, there's confirmation that it is out in the end. Goodness me, he shouldn't really be that close to the line, should Sharafuddin, given he's bowling off just a couple of paces.
Well, Sharafuddin may be a little lucky to get away with that. May not have a better angle, so we'll have to give him the benefit of doubt. And it was a little notional about where his heel may have touched, because his heel didn't touch at all the ground when he delivered. A lot of spinners tend to do that.
Mohammad Naveed in at number 9. He can hit a long ball. Have another look at that catch by Udana.
Yeah, he caught the inside half of his bat, did Najib, because he can hit the ball a very long way. And how well did Isuru Udana not only take the catch but keep himself inside the boundary line? He was so close to it. Took a couple of half steps and still managed to stay inside that boundary protector. Very clever.
Difficult to think of any other player apart from Udana who's going to be player of the match here. Oh, well bowled. Big spin. Too much spin in the end, I rather fancy.
Yeah, that might have been going down leg. Take a look at Udana's catch. Right at the boundary line. Right foot, left foot, and both just a half step safely inside the boundary line. And he looked so cool after that.
Yes, that previous delivery, I reckon, turned too much and would probably have beaten the top corner of off stump. But Udana, 23 from 23 balls, 3 wickets in his opening spell, and now that catch.
And of course, that fabulous, among those 3 wickets, that fabulous cotton ball as well of the skipper. So 15 overs, only 5 to go. Plenty of runs still to be made. Running out of wickets, Kandahar Knights. This has to be that big night. We'll see if it can be.
Kabul's 1 on at the top of the table on 6 points. Balk Legends just on run rate in second position, also on 6 points. What will happen in this game? Do Kandahar get their first points, or do the Paktia Panthers move up to 6 points? And it's still nip and tuck, and it's still anybody's game. 82 for 7. 46 off 30. I'd have to say that you'd back the fielding side in this sort of situation with the side 7 down. Funnier things have happened though. Sharifi back into the attack. 2 overs for 11. Oh, what a shot! What a shot that is! Spagiza! A fog maximum just at the right time. Mid-off was up in the circle and it was right in the slot. What a stroke that is from Jannat.
Outstanding from Karim Jannat. He's a handy all-rounder. He can bat really well. Especially he's in a middle order, batsman as used to. And today he came a little bit late. He should bat it before, but he's delivering now. Very well shot from Karim Jannat.
Yeah, if Sharifi thinks he can just run up and get the ball anywhere he likes and he'll be okay, he's got to think again. There's change of pace, slow ball, big appeal. LBW was the shout. I think he was deceived. It did hit the pad, maybe going down leg side, maybe a bit high. If it's missed everything, though, I think it might be pretty close. There we go. There's the change of pace. Yeah, high and going down leg side. So easy decision, really, in the end for the umpire. Pleading appeal from Sharifi. All on the line here, 88 for 7. Every run vital. They need to bowl him out. Simple as that. Well, that's in the gap as well. I'll tell you what, another boundary. He should have done a lot better. That's the typical. That was supposed to be yours, wasn't mine. Now you made me look like a fool. I had to put the dive in. If you had run, you would have got there easy. Another boundary when it comes in a fortuitous fashion.
Yeah, a welcome boundary. A gifted from Sami Shinwari. Oh, you can't miss that, Samin, this time. A welcome boundary for Kandahar Knights. They will take everything right now. And he's not happy. 36 left, 27 deliveries. Sharifi, such a bad start for him.
He's a big unit, Shinwari, and he's left a big hole in the ground as well. Groundsmen are going to have to get out there at the halfway stage and do a bit of repair work. They needed a decent over. They needed an over where they got 12, 14 just to settle the nerves a wee bit. And thus far, this has been the over. There he goes. That knee just digs in, not able to slide, not able to gather the ball. And in the end, misses everything.
And he's complaining to his other fielder, this is your ball. Sami, come on, you can't blame them.
That's a classic, isn't it? When you get your knee stuck in the ground, miss the ball, blame the other bloke. Oh, there we go. He's picked that up. What a shot that is. A slower ball again from Sharifi. It's leg side. And I tell you what, it's been met ably by Janat. What an over this is. 17 he's got of just 12 deliveries. And he's playing a little innings of his life here.
If Asghar Afghan is not playing, but his younger brother, he's delivering all the shots. And that's the way he put it. A beautiful maximum fork boundary. And Sharifi, he's struggling now. 14 runs on his first 4 balls. 5 balls almost. So only 1 delivery left of this over. Let's see what he got.
32 of 25. The equation a little easier. Oh, it's up in the air. Now then, fielders converging. Oh, yeah. In no man's land, in the gap. We've seen that plenty today. And they get a bit of fortune to the Kandahar Knights. End of 16, 97 for 7. .97 for 7, 4 overs remaining. Just can't help but think there's going to be a frenetic end to this game. I thought that this would be able to carry to the man on the boundary. Was up in the air for an eternity. And in the end, none of them able to get a hand on it. The man running back from the circle, another one from the boundary. Frustration for Sharifi. Was an expensive over. He thought maybe at the end he would have got a wicket, but not to be. So there it is, 31 of 24, 7 down still, but Janat playing a good hand.
Sensible batting from Karim Jannat. Sharaf got 2 overs left after that. After this, he got only 2 overs. And Karim is doing right job because it's only 30 runs left. He have to be very careful with every ball. What a shot! Out of the ground for 6 runs. Maximum fork, Shbagiza from Naveed.
Well, he's getting into the action now, Naveed. He's not going to be left behind. He wants a bit of this. What a shot that is under pressure. He just cleared the front leg and a full free flow of the bat. He's a big unit. And it's come out in the middle of the bat. There we go, in the slot. Bang, you knew straight away. Go fetch that. Brilliant strike.
I think this is the right way. Karim should take a single for him and Naveed to take the charge. And he delivered with the style, with a maximum boundary.
Now then, they've broken the back of the chase. Surely a bit of order. No, they're going to carry on having a crack. Surely you want to just be nudging it around now. You've got it just where you want it. Don't need to give it away. You'll get your opportunity in the next 3.5 overs to find the boundary a couple of times. Just take the easy single on offer. On that occasion, trying to nudge it into the gap, but sent back by his partner. Well, they need their first victory. They need some points on the board. Pensive faces there from the Kandahar Knights.
Yeah, they have to win this game because it will be very difficult to get a chance for a playoffs. And there's only 7 runs per over. It's not a big total, but the thing is they don't have any wickets in hand. These are the 2 players. They can win the game for Kandahar Knights if they stick till the end of last over.
Instructions from the dugout, brother to brother, mental telepathy maybe.
That's clever from Naveed. 107 for 7 after 17 overs gone. Runs.
Not only tonight, throughout the tournament, Raza and Udana, he's been outstanding. Can he deliver again? 3 for 12, 1 over remaining. Can he get a couple of wickets? Can he get a wicket? Can he put the skids under the Kandahar Knights? You wouldn't bet against him. Rightio, field set. And just making sure he's got everybody exactly where he wants them. 3 men out on the leg side boundary. Nobody in front of square, inside the circle. He bowls a superb Yorker. Right, straight away, they've got a single. So no harm done, but they need to get a wicket. But he's got 3 so far as Raza and Udana. And 3 big wickets as well, right at the front of the innings. That's that Yorker I'm talking about. Outstanding stuff. And then a little change of pace. And that created the false shot. Went a mile up in the air. Good catch, you'd have to say. And this was the last one. How about that for a reflex catch? Excellent stuff so far from Udana.
Oh, that's a beautiful ball. That's the class of Udana. He's showing his skills. And if I was a batsman in the crease, I wouldn't hit a ball on him. Just only looking for a single or double. Because if he hits him, he's the person. He can get you out. So it's better to be careful with him. And next 2 overs left, they should target at least 1 over. If it's last over or second last over.
Yeah, a bit of a conundrum for the batsmen out there. Do they take on Udana or be happy to try and see him out, knowing full well that he's only got this over? Back themselves against the other 2. Now then, mid-off up in the circle. He's got such a good change of pace as well, Udana. What delivery is he thinking about? Is it the Yorker or is it the slower ball? Right up in the block hole. Oh, I tell you what, if he had gathered it cleanly and had a shot at the stumps, he was a long way down, was Naveed. wanted the single and was sent back.
Every single ball is putting pressure on Kandahar. They have to take a single at least. There is no point to miss such a moment for both sides, especially for Kandahar. They need to get a point. It's a big shot comes. Oh, beautiful shot. Maximum fork. 4 runs, Saluriza.
Under pressure, he delivers. Kareem Janat. Appreciation from the crowd. Mid-off had come into the circle. He just missed his length by a wee bit, Udana. And Kareem Janat has pounced all over this. He knew full well that as soon as he hit it, mid-off was up, he had the boundary. Excellent strike, gave himself a bit of room just to create a bit of space, give him a bit of room to free the arms, and he's executed brilliantly. Right now, change again, mid-off back. So, fine leg up in the circle, square leg up in the circle. Just 2 men now out on the leg side. Slower ball, must be.
Unfortunately, Yorker, a quicker one, but very well played from the youngster. He's taking the team to win the game tonight for Kandahar Knights. 15 runs, 13 balls. Such a wonderful cricket so far. Last 2 games was fantastic. Last night, 143 runs. Didn't chase, and now 127 runs. It's looked very difficult to chase, but Kareem Jannat is taking the game to win for Kandahar Knights.
Yeah, there's still another twist in the tail, I reckon. Right, last delivery this from Udana. Clipped away on the leg side, should just be the single. Right, 2 overs remaining, 114 for 7. Plenty of consultation for Mohammad Shahzad. He wants to make sure that he gets it right on point here. Who needs to do the bowling and where do they need to bowl? And it looks like it's going to be Sharafuddin. Can he go from villain to hero? How costly will that over he bowled be? When he didn't tell the umpire, he was changing the mode of his delivery. He came from round the wicket to over the wicket. Umpire didn't hear. No ball, that went for 6. Next ball was another no ball, went for 6.
Then white ball. And then he got finally his revenge. Najibullah Zadran got him out. And a fantastic catch on the boundary from Udana. Outstanding effort.
Right, here we have that. There it is. So you see the batsman there. And then bang, that went a long way. That was a no ball. That was a full toss, 6.
Smashing.
How costly will that be? Actually say got his man, but still conceded those 2 massive maximums. Right, can he pull one back? Can he get the double P's across the line here, Sharafuddin, into his last over? 2 wickets for him, but he's been pretty expensive in the context of this game. Can he finish it? He's going to be under pressure. Kisses the ball. I tell you what, the tension is palpable here in the stadium. Everybody on the edge of their seats. What a game this is for a Friday evening.
A big no. It's a good call from a batsman. Kiss the ball. Otherwise, Naveed will hit you for a 6. Don't miss the line.
There we go. He's called it, Hamid Hassan. Don't miss the line, otherwise you're going a country mile. Oh, well bowled, really well bowled. There's nothing in the slot there. He's looking for something on the stumps where he can clear that front leg and hit it over mid-wicket, mid-on. That's his area. That big bottom hand coming into play. And on the first 2 deliveries, he's bowled it really well. Outside that off stump, not allowing him the ability to free his arms and hit him over the boundary. Oh, and again, excellent stuff. Excellent stuff this from Sharafuddin. 14 off 9 now. He's got to rethink the game plan maybe, Naveed. He's got to try and get Janat on strike. That's got to be the key. I know he wants to try and hit the boundary. I know he wants to try and be the hero. But discretion here may be the better part of valor. It's up in the air. It's got him. It was wide again. He couldn't resist it. Naveed, he's come down the wicket and chipped it straight to long off.
Such a smart bowling from Sharafuddin Ashraf. An outstanding catch from Sameullah Shinwari once again. He tried to hit the ball over the extra cover, but he couldn't manage. Another wide delivery, and I should say, well done to Sharaf.
Hold on, he's been asked to hang in there. He's had a few noble problems, Sharafuddin. Don't tell me, don't tell me. Oh, I tell you what, we're going to have to see another angle. That is mighty, mighty close. This will tell us. Don't hold your breath. Oh, he's got something behind the line.
Lucky.
So thank goodness for that. He's got something behind there on impact. There is something behind the line, so he can continue the walk to the pavilion, Naveed. He's played a supporting hand, but he's perished just at the end, just when they needed him to hang in there. Would have been a wide, you know. And he's got a toe end on it, and it's gone straight to the man at long off. And they did cross, so I suppose that's the only good thing to come from it. Naveed gone for 10. 114 for 8. Not sure he played that so well, Naveed. Should have been looking for a single early on to get Karim Janat on strike. But this fifth delivery, he'll be on strike. Needs a boundary. Oh, plays the reverse sweep, not able to find the gap. And they'll hustle through for a single. What an over this has been from Sharafuddin. Just what the Paktia Panthers needed. And under immense pressure, bowling the penultimate over. Thus far anyway, he stepped up to the plate. One ball remaining. Now discussion. He's either got to hit a boundary or stay down that end. Surely they've discussed Karim Janat being on strike for the first ball of the last over. So he's got license here, you'd have to think, Syed Shahzad. And even if he does miss hit it or get it into the gap, surely they're not running. Do you think that clearly under pressure, though, is the question. Oh, down the ground. And it'll just be the single, and they're going to take it. Would you believe it? They're going to take it. It means Janat does not have strike for the last over. 116 for 8. Well, it looks like Yamin Ahmedzai is going to be given the responsibility of bowling the last over. 1 for 18 thus far. He's only bowled 2 overs. And he's going to give him the immense responsibility of bowling this final overs and try and defend 12. That's the simple equation. If he goes for less than 12, they win the game. If he concedes more than that, it's a goner, and the Kandahar Knights get their first points on the board. Shahid Afridi with plenty of instruction, not only now but prior. Right, so he knows exactly what's required. He's had quite a few people in his ear. I hope he's had a chance now to walk back to his mark and just clear his head, know exactly what he wants to do. Surely this has to be a single. Need to get Karim Janat on strike. Well, that is Kandahar Knights' best effort of winning this game, to get Janat on strike. He's 26 of 21. Shahzad, no mug with the bat. He can hit the ball to the boundary, but can he do so under extreme pressure? Well, here we go, the last over, 12 to win. back to Shahid Afridi. Oh, no, no, no. What have you done, Shahzad? You needed a single. And that's not happened. And all the instruction pays off. It was a slower ball. And he hit it straight to Afridi. Didn't have to move.
Such a shame for Said Shahzad. He should take a single. He don't need a hitter ball. Slower bouncer. Couldn't manage to find the gap. Straight to Shahid Afridi's hand. And yes, the enjoyment for Yamin Ahmadzai. Syed Shahzad, 1 runs, just 2 ball he faced, 116 for 9.
When it goes that quickly to a fielder that they were able to cross. I don't think that the striker did any running at all. So I think that's a confirmation of that they didn't cross, and that means Waqar will be on strike. Karim Jannat, why did you take that single? Last ball of the previous over. You needed to retain the strike. You were the best chance of winning the game. Anyhow, it's all done and dusted now. So Waqar, he needs a single. Come on, son. Get Jannat on strike. It's your best chance. Everyone tight in on one. Shahid Afridi's in there. Backward point, mid-wicket. They don't want to give away an easy single. Good thinking this from Mohammad Shahzad. Under huge pressure. Eyes are wide. Right, here we go. Second delivery of the final over. They're going for it, and they'll get there. Excellent stuff. By hook or by crook, they were running, and they got there in the end.
Well done, Waqar. Tell you what, he's a nephew of Karim Jannat, so he gave a responsibility to his uncle, and he's the man right now to take a charge in such a good single, a fast and quick one. And Karim Jannat will be thinking, I got only 4 balls and 11 runs still remaining. Such a wonderful catch from Shahid Afridi.
Yeah, he wasn't going to drop that, and relief for Yamim. That's exactly the way he wanted to have started the last over, get a wicket. Now he's got his work cut up because the in-batsman is on strike. Still 4 balls remaining, still very gettable from a Kandahar perspective. And the way he's been striking it tonight, you wouldn't bet against Karim Jannat. Here we go, he's got to be spot on. It's got to be a Yorker, surely. Full, straight. Oh, excellent bowling. And it's gone out to backward point. They're going to have to hurry.
Oh, everything is happening.
Tell you what, again, I'm not sure why they would want to take a single. Surely he's got to back himself to get the job done. Terrific piece of bowling, you'd have to say. What an effort that was. He had all the time in the world, really, to get the throw into Ahmed Shahzad. Just took his time a little bit. And displeasure from Mohammad Shahzad to Cameron Delport. But it was a terrific delivery. That's exactly what you want as a captain. Bowl the Yorker, and it's delivered in that fashion. Excellent stuff. Oh, and again, and again. And should just be the one. They're going to come back for 2. In trouble, in trouble. He's lost his bat. He's out. Got him.
Got him.
What a victory this is for the double Ps. They're all over the place, the Paktia Panthers. They cannot believe that they've managed to win this game. And they've won it pretty comfortably in the end. These are the final moments. He dropped his bat and therefore wasn't able to make his ground. What a return it was from the deep as well. And the talismanic captain, Mohammad Shahzad, I should say, he was quick as a flash up to the stumps, whipped the bails off, and look what that means to him. What an effort that was in the field. And the Kandahar Knights, well, they're going to rue what could have been yet again. They did all that was desired of them in the field, but with the bat, they fell short again.
Such a wonderful performance from Paktia. Brilliant comeback. Outstanding bowling performance. Fielding, everything goes well. And in the end, Kandahar should win the game, but unfortunately, they lost again, 4 in a row. And a wonderful innings from Karim Jannat, but there was no one to chase the score and stick with him in the crease till in the end.
A low-scoring thriller here in Sharjah. This is the final moments. It went down the ground. Have a look at this throw, though, from who else but Udana. Perfect throw, whips the bails off. You have to say a bit unlucky. He dropped his bat. If he had had the willow in hand, maybe he would have been able to make his ground. But the kick up in the air from Mohammad Shahzad, he's stoked, and so are the rest of his teammates. Smiles all around. It's so pleasurable when you're able to defend in that fashion, when you're able to defend a low total. And they were able to do that with a lot of guts and determination and a fair amount of skill as well. The Kandahar Knights, they capitulated really. No one in that top order really getting to grips with the conditions out there and troubling the scorers. That's where the game was lost. They tried at the end, Najibullah, Karim Jannat in particular, and Naveed tried to rescue something for the Kandahar Knights, but in the end, too little, too late. It was a great bowling effort. Udana, pick of the bowlers, again, 3 for 19 of his 4 overs. But what about that last over from Mahmadzai? 2 for 20 of his 2.4. And I thought Sharafuddin, that penultimate over, was outstanding. 3 for 31 he ended up with. So a terrific effort in the field from the Paktia Panthers. 127. All of us up here never thought there was anywhere near enough on this particular surface. And the Kandahar Knights, well, they haven't been very good with bat in hand in the tournament, and they still couldn't get over the line, chasing 127. And in the end, going down by 9 runs. Don't go too far away. We'll be back shortly with the post-match presentation.
Well, it was a low-scoring match, but another remarkable close finish, at the end of which we'll have to say incredible defense of just 127 by the Paktia Panthers. Well played. And, of course, commiserations for the Kandahar Knights, who still have to get onto the scoreboard. A big thank you to for watching around the world. And, of course, we've got lots of people in here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the action. Of course, much more still to come. Let's race on with the presentation first, with a big thank you to the Afghanistan Cricket Board and all the rest of the sponsors for their contribution to the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by FOG. Snixer Sports, FOG Sent, Channel 489.1, Q Ticketing, Kipperwak Mobile, Kabab Al Afghani, Al Zahra Private Hospital, Dubai, Sports Connection and Khalij Times. And now, of course, to introduce you to the presentation party, Mr. Shafiqullah Stanikzai, CEO of the Afghanistan Cricket Board, to my left first. To his left, Mr. Aditya Karolia, Assistant Marketing Manager at Gulbahar Group of Companies. Mr. Bashir Stanikzai, next Director of the APL. And Mr. Faizan Malik, COO of Stardom Event Management Company. Our first award is for the Stylish Player of the Match. $500 to be given away by Mr. Bashir Stanikzai for the Stylish Player of the Match today for his fine 50. Sikandar Raza. Congratulations, Sikandar. The lone bright spot in the batting of the Paktia Panthers, which is pretty mighty, but you did very well, Sikandar. Congratulations. And, of course, bowled pretty well, too. Our next award, of course, is for the most sixes of the match. Mr. Faizan Malik will give that award away. It goes to Najibullah Zadran. Congratulations. No smiles there, understandable, because unfortunately his team failed to chase a low total. So be it. And our final award, of course, is for the Man of the Match trophy. Mr. Shafiqullah Stanikzai will give the trophy, and of course we have a check as well. Well, he could do no wrong today. Raza and Udana, congratulations. You are our man of the match for match number 10. Terrific performance with the ball. Got a few runs with the bat too. Very valuable, I might add, and of course a couple of wonderful catches. And now the trophy from Mr. Shafiqullah Stanikzai. Isuru, if you will join me please just for a very quick chat. Well, you came a little late to the party, but haven't you joined it in great style? Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you. It was a great game, great effort by the bowling department, and I'm very happy about my performance as well.
You seem to be a class apart, but in the dressing room, are you sharing tips with all the rest of the youngsters from Afghanistan?
We thought earlier we were short 25 to 30 runs, but we kept getting slower, so I just wanted to bowl 2 wicket to wicket, that's all.
Make it simple. All right, you took many wickets, took a few catches as well. Which was the moment you most remember of the match?
That catch I was taken, the cotton ball, that was sharp catch. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a turning point. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, our man of the match is Raza and Udana. Well played. Lots of catches, lots of wickets. And now, of course, a quick chat with the two captains. Asghar Afghan, if you'll join me, please, from Kandahar Knights, the skipper. I have no doubt that he will continue to smile because such is his personality and character. So, Asghar, what can I say? Nothing.
Nothing, going back.
But listen, this is going to be really tough because all you had to chase was 127 and you had the batting for it.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah, first I will give you congratulations to Paktia team. They played very well. Yeah, 127 is not a big total on this wicket, but I know we are not playing very well, especially in the batsman. We play very poor cricket. When you play like that, after you lost the game.
But your bowling worked today.
Bowling and fielding today is very well. That's a positive thing. But unfortunately, again, our top order and middle not click. That's a bit bad.
Well, you're in a position where you may need to win all your remaining matches. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Asghar Afghan, great cricketer of Afghanistan, skipper of the Kandahar Knights. And a quick word with the skipper of, just before that, of course, a quick signature too from Mohammad Shahzad for our fan of the match, Tariq Noor Zazai. Congratulations, Tariq. Hang on to that for a while. We'll have a chat with the skipper of the winning team, Mohammad Shahzad. Wow, what a defense. Only 127 and you defended it.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, thanks to mighty Allah. Yes, of course, the bowlers doing very well today, like Shahid Afridi and all the senior boy doing very well. And every time Lala support the youngster and he told them we can do to defend this total. So Alhamdulillah, we defend this total.
You could use some runs from Lala.
Only I need Lala with us in the ground. This is enough for me because senior player like Shahid Afridi is with us and they're very good.
You're very generous. Of course, you make a good point. And finally, of course, I was
you know, when you didn't get the runs, I felt like walking out.
I will try my best to every match. I will perform well, but today Sikandar Raza played really well. I am enjoying his innings.
Well, you're always a delight to watch. Thank you so much. Mohammad Shahzad, ladies and gentlemen, skipper of Paktia Panthers, who won a tight one today after scoring with just 127. Big thank you to the presentation party. That's all we got from here. Back to the commentary box. Much more action to follow.
Thank you very much, Sharu. Yeah, what a game this was. A real low-scoring thriller. The Paktia Panthers 127, and Kandahar Knights in response could only muster 118. And that gave victory to the Double Ps by 9 runs in the end. That's what it does to the table. The Panthers to the top with 6 points, and a really good run rate. Kabul and Bulk Legends on 6 as well, but in those positions because of run rate. And the Kandahar Knights still to get on the board in the tournament. That's the next game that's coming up live here from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. The Kabuls 1-on against the Nangarhar Leopards. Don't go too far away. We're going to be back very soon.